and welcome. Thanks for being here today. This is an exciting day for Fergus Falls, and it's a day that's a long time coming. Many of you realize that who have worked on this project. I remember the first time. I remember back in 2006, Mayor Russ Anderson asked me to serve on the Aquatics Task Force to see if we could study the need for a pool in our community, and so I did. And maybe some of you were involved at that time, but that task force didn't go very far, and it took until Bridget Leonard got involved that that project really took off. But we'll get to Bridget in a second. Before we get to Bridget, I think we realized when we first started talking about the Aquatic Center that it was going to need to go to the voters and get approval of the voters. So we need to say thank you to the voters in Fergus Falls. But in the state of Minnesota, it doesn't just go to the voters. We have to work with the legislature too. And we have a real partner in the state senate in Minnesota, in Jordan Rashid. So I want Jordan to come up here because we want to say thank you to Jordan for being a partner in this project and making sure we got over the finish line in the legislature.
Thank you, Ben. It's a beautiful day here in Fergus Falls, and I'll have to give the mayor credit for ordering the weather. I just think, especially in today's political environment, it can be really hard to build stuff. It can be really challenging to get stuff done like this. And there's so many reasons how you can get to know, oh, this isn't the right project, it's not the right time, it's not done the right way. There's so many ways you can get to know. And so I just want to congratulate the community of Fergus Falls and the broader community on getting to a collective yes on this project. And it didn't happen overnight. It took decades to get to this point. But I think a really important piece of what is exemplified with this project is a community thinking about what do we need for the next generation to attract and retain the workforce, to get people to come here in our community. And I have the honor of representing more than 40 communities here in west central Minnesota, and the communities that are doing the best are the ones that are constantly working on projects to think about what do we need to be doing today so that 10, 20 years from now, we get to be at a groundbreaking for an exciting new investment in our community. And so thank you to the leaders and the community members here in Fergus Falls for thinking about not just the problems of today, but what do we need to be doing proactively to set up our community for success in the future. And we do have this weird process here in Minnesota when it comes to local option sales taxes. And a lot of people, even at the legislature, think there should be changes around this process. I actually think one of the good benefits of it is that it really makes sure that the community is committed to a project and you get direct feedback. You have to start with the city council has to approve it. It has to go through the legislature and be a bill and get signed into law by the governor. And then most importantly, it has to come back to the community. And the community gets to decide yes or no in terms of if that's where they want their tax dollars to go and if that's a priority for their community. And one thing that I think was really special and impactful about this project was that we had the local Chamber of Commerce and the business community that was excited and bought into this being an important part. Even though a lot of their members were going to be the ones remitting the taxes, they thought this was a good investment with a good return on investment for the people here in Fergus Falls. And so I just, again, want to congratulate everyone. Thank you for the hard work. Thank you for not taking no for an answer and continuing to work to see how this community together could get to a yes, to get to see this exciting project take place. And I'm looking forward to bringing out my 22-month-old nephew here when it gets open. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jordan.
Just stand closer.
All right. So thank you, Senator Rasmussen. A couple of the people I want to say thank you to real quick. Talking about the partnership we have in St. Paul with Senator Rasmussen. I also want to recognize Representative Jeff Backer, who's here with us today, and the partnership we have with him. So thanks for all you do for us in St. Paul. Those partnerships are incredibly important to getting things done. We've gotten a lot of things done in the community over the last 6 years, and it's because of relationships in St. Paul. So I want to thank you both for that. City staff, this project wouldn't be possible without city staff. And so, Gene, thank you for the communications piece, Bill, finance, Andrew, your administration, leadership of this guy with Public Works. Brian is here with engineering. Thanks, Brian. So thanks to Mike Hartwell is here. If I'm missing any staff, city staff, I think they are often very underappreciated, not by me, but by the community at large. And I want to say thank you to city staff for all this. City Council, got Kwame and Jim Fisher here. I believe that's the only city council members. So thanks to city council. I was telling Senator Raff, I'm going to get a sore elbow from cutting all these ribbons lately. But in all seriousness, the city council's got a lot of stuff done over the last several years, and they're a great. Yeah, I'll get to Caroline and Justin here in a second, but thank you to City Council. Caroline Gustafson, former City Council member, she was instrumental in the committee that was put together with the Aquatics Task Force. So I want to say thank you to Caroline Gustafson and Justin Arneson. I don't think he is here, but he was also just really instrumental. If you look at that election of the City Council in 2018, mark my words, that was one of the most consequential elections in the history of Fergus Falls. And you look at the projects that we're getting done now, it's because of that election in 2018. So thank you to Caroline, thank you to the City Council. And then last part, I want to have you help me say thank you. About 10 years ago, it's like 2013, early 2014, I got a call from one of my neighbors. I didn't know my neighbor at the time, but she had two really little kids at the time. And it was Bridget Leonard, and she said, hey, we need an aquatic center in this town. I don't know what we need to do, but we need to do something. And we brought that to City Hall. And while you think you all know the force of energy that is Bridget Leonard, that kind of took it from there. And this project would not be here for work, right, Bridget? So I want to introduce Bridget. She's going to say some words. Would you please help me say thank you, Bridget, for everything?
Hey.
Wow. Woo, thank you so much. I can't tell you how happy I am to be here. You'd think I wouldn't need to write this down, because the first meeting I had about this pool was 13 years ago at my dining room table. I won't forget, because my baby was on my lap and now he's 13 over there. So this has been such a long journey, and there's been so many ups and downs along the way. So if anybody would ever ask me what it takes to get something done, the only word I could say is persistence. Like, you just can't stop. You just kind of keep moving and dodging as the challenges come up. So I just want to make sure that I thank all the people who work together. First of all, the City Council for supporting this project, particularly during that time Mayor Ben mentioned. Thank you so much for the city staff, all their expertise in legislatively, financially, how to the public works and where the pipes will run, and all the city stuff that they need to know. It was just they were just so supportive. Thank you to the committee members over the years who have stuck through this. In particular, the ones that start to finish were here: Angela, Justin, Caroline, and Jim Arvidsson, through all of it. Thank you. I think we did but most importantly, thank you to the voters who said yes to this in November. They came out and said that they wanted a safe, healthy, social, accessible, outdoor, and probably most importantly, fun amenity for our community. And that's what we get in 1 year. So it's so exciting. I just also want to note, I know sometimes we can have some negativity around our town, but I just see so much positive things happening. I'm so proud of our community. I love our little gem here. We got Otter Cove, the library, the riverfront, just so many beautiful things happening. And so thank you all so much, and thank you for being a part of this celebration.